What if the sweetest fruits you've been told to avoid are actually some of the smartest choices for your blood sugar? Sounds impossible, right? But new research and nature tell a very different story. Some of the juiciest, most flavorful fruits aren't just safe for diabetics. They're powerful tools for fighting inflammation, improving insulin sensitivity, and protecting your heart, nerves, and kidneys. In today's video, we're uncovering the truth about fruits for diabetes. We're not just talking about what's allowed, we're talking about what can actually help heal your body from the inside out. And here's the best part. At the end of this video, I'll be sharing a simple but powerful diabetic-friendly breakfast recipe that ties it all together. So make sure you watch until the end. You won't want to miss it. Let's start with one fruit that might surprise you. Number 1, cherries. Most people think sweetness equals sugar spikes, and sugar spikes equal danger. But here's the surprising truth. Cherries, especially dark sweet and tart cherries, are one of the most underrated fruits for managing diabetes. They're not only safe in moderation, they're incredibly beneficial. Cherries have a glycemic index of just 20 to 22, which is considered very low. That means they cause only a small, slow rise in blood sugar when you eat them. Now combine that with their glycemic load, just 3 per half cup, and you have a fruit that delivers rich nutrients without sending your glucose levels on a roller coaster. 1 cup of fresh sweet cherries, which is about 21 cherries or roughly 5 ounces, contains 97 calories, 25 grams of total carbohydrates, 3.2 grams of fiber, and around 17.7 grams of natural sugar. It also offers 10 milligrams of vitamin C, which is about 12% of the daily value, 342 milligrams of potassium, which is 7% of daily needs, a touch of vitamin K and iron, and a powerful group of antioxidants called anthocyanins, the pigments responsible for that deep red color. And those anthocyanins are where the magic starts. One recent research study found that these compounds can actually improve how your body uses insulin. They help your insulin receptors work better, which means your blood sugar doesn't just build up in your bloodstream, it gets taken into your cells where it belongs. Another finding? Cherries can reduce the spike in blood sugar that often follows meals, a major issue for diabetics. But it's not just about blood sugar. Cherries are natural inflammation fighters. They help reduce C-reactive protein levels, a key inflammation marker tied to heart disease, insulin resistance, and diabetic complications. That calming effect on inflammation can also play a role in reducing the painful symptoms of diabetic neuropathy, which shows up as tingling, numbness, or stabbing sensations in the hands and feet. For those with early-stage kidney issues, cherries offer a kidney-friendly nutrient mix, low sodium, moderate potassium, and antioxidants that ease the burden on renal function. They've also shown benefits in protecting retinal blood vessels in the eyes, a major plus for preventing diabetic retinopathy. And if you're concerned about your heart, cherries help lower LDL cholesterol, reduce triglycerides, and even assist in managing blood pressure, all while promoting better artery flexibility. For most diabetics, the ideal portion is about half a cup of fresh cherries, which equals roughly 10 to 12 pieces or 2.5 to 3 ounces. It's best to eat them mid-morning or early afternoon when your body is more insulin sensitive. Try not to snack on them at night, especially not alone, because your insulin response naturally weakens as the day winds down. Always aim to pair them with a protein or healthy fat, like a few almonds, some plain Greek yogurt, or a slice of cheese, to slow digestion and help keep your blood sugar steady. As for how to enjoy them, you can toss them into a spinach and walnut salad, mix them into a chia pudding, or simply snack on them chilled. Stay away from canned cherries in syrup or sweetened dried versions. They're often loaded with added sugars that can disrupt your blood glucose. There's a stubborn myth out there that diabetics should avoid fruit altogether because of the sugar content. That's just not true. It's not about banning all sweet fruits. It's about choosing fruits with a low glycemic impact and pairing them wisely. Cherries are sweet, yes, but they come packaged with fiber, antioxidants, vitamins, and anti-inflammatory properties that actually support diabetic health rather than sabotage it. And here's something you probably didn't know. Cherries naturally contain melatonin. That's the same hormone your body produces to help you fall asleep. And quality sleep is essential for regulating the hormones that affect blood sugar, like cortisol and insulin. So in a way, cherries don't just help with your glucose levels directly, they can even help set the stage for better overnight blood sugar control by supporting restful sleep. So if you've been avoiding cherries because you thought they were too sugary, it's time to rethink that. In the right portion, at the right time, and in the right form, cherries can be one of the most powerful fruits in a diabetic-friendly diet, nourishing your body, calming inflammation, easing nerve pain, supporting your kidneys and heart, and even helping you sleep a little better at night. Cherries prove that sweetness doesn't always mean danger. But what if there's a fruit that's even sweeter, yet still supports blood sugar like a secret weapon? Most people avoid it, but they shouldn't. And just when you think that's surprising, the next one might completely change the way you think about tropical fruits and diabetes. Keep watching. It only gets more interesting. Number 2, dates. When most people think of dates, they think of sweetness. Rich, sticky, caramel-like sweetness that feels like a sugar bomb in disguise. So it's no surprise that many diabetics automatically assume dates are completely off limits. But the truth is a bit more complex and a lot more hopeful. Date palms produce one of the oldest cultivated fruits in history, and while they're certainly high in natural sugar, when used correctly, dates can actually offer surprising benefits for blood sugar control, inflammation, and even nerve and heart health. It all comes down to portion, timing, and understanding how they interact with your body. Let's start with the glycemic data. The glycemic index of dates varies slightly by variety, but generally falls between 35 and 55, still in the low to moderate range. Their glycemic load per serving, however, is what matters more, and this is where portion size becomes critical. One medjool date, for example, has a glycemic load of about 10, while smaller deglet nor dates have a glycemic load closer to 6 per piece. That means 2 small dates or 1 large one can be safely enjoyed if balanced within a meal. One medjool date weighs about 24 grams, provides 66 calories, around 18 grams of total carbohydrates, 1.6 grams of fiber, and about 16 grams of natural sugar. It also gives a small amount of potassium, magnesium, iron, and trace B vitamins, plus powerful polyphenols and flavonoids that act as antioxidants. One recent research study found that despite their sweetness, dates consumed in moderation did not significantly raise post-meal blood glucose levels in people with type 2 diabetes. In fact, their fiber and polyphenol content seemed to help reduce oxidative stress, improve insulin function, and enhance glucose metabolism over time. That means dates may actually support better blood sugar balance, not just spike it if eaten the right way. Dates have a unique mix of benefits that extend far beyond sugar content. The high antioxidant load, including ferulic acid and quercetin, helps reduce inflammation in the body, a key driver of insulin resistance, neuropathy, and even heart disease. Their fiber supports healthy digestion and gut balance, which plays a direct role in metabolic health. The magnesium and potassium content, though modest, assist in nerve conduction and blood pressure regulation, which benefits diabetics struggling with neuropathy and nephropathy. And the natural sugars in dates, when paired with fiber and antioxidants, get absorbed slowly, providing stable energy instead of a quick spike and crash. For cardiovascular health, dates have been found to reduce triglyceride levels and improve cholesterol balance, particularly when used as a replacement for refined sugar in desserts or snacks. For diabetics, the safest and most balanced portion is 1 large medjool date or 2 smaller deglet nor dates per day, roughly 0.8 to 1 ounce total. The best time to enjoy dates is during or immediately after a balanced meal, preferably one that contains protein, fiber, and healthy fats. Eating dates on an empty stomach, especially in the morning or late at night, can lead to quicker sugar absorption. But if you eat them alongside a handful of walnuts, in a salad with feta cheese, or blended into a fiber-rich smoothie, you slow the release of sugar and turn dates into a powerful, sustained fuel source. One important precaution is to always read labels when buying prepackaged date products. Many are processed with added syrups or coated in sweeteners that dramatically raise their glycemic load. Stick with plain, whole dates and avoid date paste unless you control the quantity. And don't go overboard. Just because something is natural doesn't mean unlimited is safe. Even healthy sugars need to be portioned wisely when you're managing diabetes. There's a widespread myth that dates are basically candy and should be completely banned from a diabetic diet. But that's not true. Dates are sweet, yes, but they're not just sugar. They're a package deal loaded with fiber, minerals, and plant compounds that actually support your body. It's all about how many you eat, what you eat them with, and when you eat them. And here's a fun fact. Dates have been traditionally used during fasting periods like Ramadan, not just for religious reasons, but because they provide quick energy without causing extreme blood sugar swings when eaten with other foods. Something modern science is just starting to confirm. So if you're craving something naturally sweet, don't be afraid of dates. Treat them like a supplement, small, concentrated, powerful, and use them smartly. When used mindfully, dates can become more than just a treat. They can be a nutrient-rich tool in your blood sugar balancing strategy, helping you fuel up without fear. Pretty amazing, right? And hey, I'd love to know, where in the world are you watching from? Drop your city or country in the comments below. It's always incredible to see how far our diabetes healthcare family reaches. Now imagine a fruit that's lighter, fresher, and even more powerful for digestion, nerves, and vision. You won't believe this one. Number 3, guava. If you've been skipping guava because it sounds too tropical or too sweet for a diabetic diet, you might be missing out on one of the most powerful fruits nature has to offer. Guava isn't just safe for people with diabetes. It's one of the most strategically smart fruits you can eat to stabilize blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and even protect your nerves and organs from diabetic complications. Let's start with the numbers. Guava has a glycemic index of around 12 to 24, depending on ripeness, and a glycemic load of just 4 per 100 grams. That's incredibly low, meaning it barely nudges your blood sugar. This fruit gives you that juicy, satisfying bite without the glucose spike. 1 cup of raw guava, about one medium-sized fruit, or roughly 8 ounces, contains just 112 calories, around 24 grams of carbohydrates, and a stunning 9 grams of dietary fiber, which is over 30% of your daily requirement. That fiber is critical for slowing sugar absorption and feeding the gut bacteria that help regulate insulin. And the sugar content? It's surprisingly low, only around 14 grams per cup, and all of it comes naturally packaged with fiber and phytonutrients. What really sets guava apart is its vitamin C content. One fruit gives you over 200% of your daily needs. That's more than an orange. It also packs vitamin A, B6, potassium, magnesium, and a generous dose of antioxidants like lycopene and quercetin. One fascinating research study recently showed that guava leaf extract significantly reduced blood sugar levels in people with type 2 diabetes and improved insulin sensitivity over time. While we're talking about the fruit itself here, the same compounds found in the leaves, like polyphenols and flavonoids, are present in the flesh and skin of the guava too, just in lower amounts. These compounds act like natural insulin helpers, improving glucose uptake by cells and reducing post-meal sugar spikes. But the benefits don't stop at blood sugar. Guava's anti-inflammatory and antioxidant power helps soothe the internal inflammation that drives diabetic complications like neuropathy and nephropathy. The high fiber content improves digestion and promotes regular bowel movements, which can be an overlooked issue for diabetics struggling with fluctuating blood sugar. Potassium and magnesium in guava support kidney function and regulate blood pressure, while the carotenoids and lycopene protect blood vessels in the eyes, potentially lowering the risk of retinopathy. And when it comes to heart health, guava's vitamin C, fiber, and antioxidants form a powerful trio that can reduce cholesterol, prevent artery damage, and improve overall cardiovascular function. For portion control, 1 medium guava, or about 1 cup of sliced fruit, is ideal. That's around 8 ounces. The best time to enjoy guava is in the morning with breakfast or as a mid-afternoon snack when your metabolism is more active and your insulin sensitivity is higher. Avoid eating it late at night unless it's paired with protein or healthy fat, as digestion slows during sleep and blood sugar regulation becomes less efficient. Diabetics can enjoy guava fresh and raw, ideally with the peel on for maximum fiber. You can dice it into a bowl of cottage cheese, blend it with ice and lemon for a refreshing low GI drink, or chop it into a salad with cucumber and mint. Guava can also be boiled into herbal tea using its leaves, an old remedy that's gaining traction again in diabetes circles. There's a common myth floating around that diabetics should avoid sweet fruits altogether, especially tropical ones. But guava flips that narrative. Its sweetness is natural, its impact on blood sugar is minimal, and its fiber and antioxidants make it more of a blood sugar stabilizer than a threat. Plus, here's a fun fact that might surprise you. Guava seeds are edible and rich in omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, both of which help reduce inflammation and improve heart health. So instead of fearing guava, think of it as a multi-purpose health tool, a delicious, fiber-rich, antioxidant-packed fruit that doesn't just fit into a diabetic diet, it actively supports it. With the right portion and timing, guava can become one of the most protective and powerful fruits in your diabetic nutrition plan. Diabetic-friendly breakfast recipes. 1. Spinach and egg scramble with raspberries. If you're living with diabetes and searching for a breakfast that tastes amazing, keeps your blood sugar steady, and actually helps protect your nerves, heart, and digestion, this spinach and egg scramble with raspberries might just be your new go-to. It's quick, affordable, packed with nutrients, and perfectly portioned to work with your body instead of against it. Let's walk through how this meal does so much more than just fill you up. You start with 2 large eggs, which is about 3.5 ounces total. Eggs are a diabetes-friendly protein powerhouse. They have 0 carbs, which means they won't raise your blood sugar, and they digest slowly, helping you stay full and energized for hours. They're also rich in choline, a nutrient that supports your brain and nerve health, which is crucial for preventing diabetic neuropathy. Then comes the spinach, just 1 cup, which weighs around 1 ounce fresh. When you saute it in 1 teaspoon of olive oil, not only does it shrink down beautifully, but it also unlocks key nutrients like magnesium, folate, and vitamin K. Spinach helps improve insulin sensitivity, supports kidney function, and reduces inflammation that can damage your eyes, nerves, and blood vessels over time. Now here's where the magic really happens. Add in a side of fresh raspberries, exactly half a cup, or about 2.5 ounces. These little berries are sweet but incredibly low on the glycemic scale, with a glycemic index of around 25 and a glycemic load of under 4. That means they barely impact your blood sugar, yet they're loaded with antioxidants like vitamin C and anthocyanins. These compounds actively fight the oxidative stress that leads to diabetic complications like retinopathy and cardiovascular disease. And let's not forget fiber. Just that half cup of raspberries delivers around 4 grams, which slows digestion, improves gut health, and gives your body more time to process glucose efficiently. All of this comes together in one delicious plate. You scramble the eggs gently with a pinch of salt and pepper, maybe a little turmeric if you want an extra anti-inflammatory kick. Add the sautéed spinach, cooked in just 1 teaspoon of heart-healthy olive oil. Plate it up with the raspberries on the side, and you've got a balanced, blood sugar-friendly breakfast that's under 250 calories, low in net carbs, and packed with protein, fiber, and essential vitamins. You can enjoy this meal once a day, ideally in the morning or early afternoon, when your insulin sensitivity is at its best. 2. Pistachio and peach toast. If you're craving something quick, slightly sweet, and totally satisfying, but still want to keep your blood sugar steady, this pistachio and peach toast is going to blow your mind. It's the kind of breakfast or snack that feels like a treat but is secretly working overtime to support your metabolism, digestion, and even nerve and heart health. Every bite brings together smart carbs, healthy fats, fiber, and antioxidants. Exactly what your body needs to start the day with balance and energy, especially if you're managing diabetes. Start with 1 slice of whole grain, low GI bread, something dense and seeded, ideally with at least 3 grams of fiber per slice. That's about 1.5 ounces. Toast it up until it's just golden. The fiber and complex carbs in the bread give you slow, steady energy without triggering a glucose spike. Then spread about 1 tablespoon of unsweetened Greek yogurt or ricotta cheese, around 0.5 ounces, right on top. This adds protein, a creamy texture, and helps further slow down how quickly your body digests the carbs in the bread. Now here comes the magic. Slice up half of a small, ripe peach, about 2.5 ounces, and gently layer the slices across the toast. Despite its natural sweetness, peach has a low glycemic index around 42 and a low glycemic load when portioned correctly. It's rich in vitamin C, beta-carotene, and polyphenols that help reduce inflammation and oxidative stress, two major issues diabetics face. Then sprinkle on 1 tablespoon of chopped pistachios, which is about zero point 0.5 ounces. Pistachios are loaded with monounsaturated fats, protein, and magnesium, all nutrients that improve insulin sensitivity, support nerve function, and help regulate blood pressure. This combo, crunchy, creamy, sweet, and nutty, not only tastes amazing, but it keeps your blood sugar from spiking thanks to the balance of fiber, fat, and protein. It takes less than 5 minutes to make, but gives your body lasting support. Enjoy it as a breakfast, a post-walk snack, or even a light lunch. Just pair it with a glass of water or herbal tea, and you've got a meal that satisfies your cravings and your health goals in one. If you found this helpful, don't forget to give it a like. It really helps more people living with diabetes discover the truth about food and health. And if you've ever tried any of these fruits or have your own favorites that help you feel your best, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the next video, especially if you're serious about taking control of your health naturally, one smart choice at a time.